All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the March Planning Commission meeting. Go ahead and call the meeting to order. We're going to start off with opening prayer by Liz Bird and Pledge of Allegiance by myself. So please stand.
Heavenly Father, I just thank you for the blessings you give us every day. And I thank you for this great city. Lord, as we go into this agenda, I thank you for these planners. Give each one of us wisdom that we could make good decisions to better our city, and that we would keep in mind the health, safety, and welfare of all of our residents. Lord, I pray that we would give respect and courtesy to everyone that speaks tonight. And Lord, I just pray that everything we say and do tonight will bring honor and glory to you. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. Thank you, Liz. Join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, if we can go ahead and do roll call for the Planning Commission meeting.
Bird. Here. Lowe.
Here.
Prater.
Here.
Knack.
Here.
Young.
Here.
O'Gwen. DeArmond. Here.
All right, 6-0. We do have a quorum, or 6-1. We have a quorum. Let's go ahead and get approval of the meeting minutes from our February Planning Commission meeting. Or any corrections, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion from Bird. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from DeArmond. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Bird.
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Knack.
Yeah.
DeArmond.
Yes.
Prater.
Yes. All right, 6-1. Minutes are approved. Let's go ahead and shift over to our Board of Adjustment meeting. If we can go ahead and start off with a roll call for that.
Bird.
Here.
Knack.
Here.
Lowe.
Here.
Young.
Here.
Prater.
Here.
O'Gwen. DeArmond. Here.
All right, 6-1. We do have a quorum for the Board of Adjustment. Let's go ahead and get minutes accepted for the January Board of Adjustment meeting. Do I have any corrections or omissions? I recommend a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion from Prater. Do I have a second? Second. Second from Lowe. A roll call vote, please, Laura.
Prater.
Yes.
Lowe.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Bird.
Yes.
Knack.
Yes.
DeArmond.
Yes.
All right, 6-1. The minutes are approved. Let's go ahead and get into new business. Laura, if you can read the first one.
Chairman, I'm going to have to recuse myself for this one.
Okay. Let the minutes reflect that Connect has recused himself from this item.
All right, variance 11 Wolf's Bridge Loop, front setback encroachment, Mike Kuhn. Okay, as you can see in this application, there is a request for a variance to encroach on the front setback of the lot in this development. This is an existing home that was built here recently and discovered during the sale that a survey was done and that there was an encroachment of 6 inches into the front setback along Wolf's Bridge Loop. This is a corner lot. Again, this is just an encroachment into the front setback, just a honest mistake that was made and discovered when the house was being sold. The applicant is here if you have any questions for him. Again, this is just a variance to encroach 6 inches into the 25-foot front setback only.
All right, thank you, Laura. Is the applicant here to speak? If you would introduce your name, address.
My name is Mike Coons. I live at 6912 Fields Drive in Alexander, Arkansas. This is my second time to do this in 37 years, so hopefully there won't be another one. But, it was an honest mistake. We didn't catch it until, as Laura had said, when we got a buyer and they asked for a survey. And so, I'm asking for a variance, or I get to tear off 6 inches off the front of their garage. So hopefully it's the better part of that, but take any questions y'all may have.
All right, thank you, Mike. Commissioners have any questions? All right, thank you, sir.
right.
Appreciate it. Since it's still part of the public hearing, anyone here to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing none. Commissioners, discussion? If not, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
A motion from DeArmond. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Prater. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Lowe,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. That's 5-2. Motion passes. All right. It is 7:06, and we'll go ahead and close the public hearing of the Board of Adjustment and move back into our Planning Commission meeting. And welcome back, Jim Knack. All right, first item of business, public hearing for Planning Commission. Laura?
Rezone 97 South Pine Street from R1 to C2, Hayden Gilder. Okay, as you can see in the packet, this is a rezone of the property located at 97 South Pine Street. The applicant is asking to rezone this piece of property from R1 Single Family to C2 General Commercial. As you can see in the packet, there is some surrounding zoning that across the street that's zoned C2, and then some C2 zoning that is just north of the property. This property is a platted lot within a subdivision. It does front along South Pine Street. This is part of our corridor plan for this property to, all these properties down a good portion of South Pine to be eventually turned into commercial. So as you can see in the packet, the applicant did address the few items that the staff did have. If you have any questions for me, I can answer them. We do have, I think, a representative in the audience for this, if you have any questions for them.
All right, thank you, Laura. Commissioners have any questions for Laura? If not, does the applicant have anything to add to the report? Please come up and state your name and your address.
Hi, my name is Chloe Murphy. I'm here on behalf of Hayden for 97 South Pine.
Chloe, is there anything you want to add to Laura's report, or?
No, sir, I don't think so. I'm just here on behalf.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners have any questions for the applicant? That's short and sweet. Thank you, Chloe. Appreciate it. Since this is a public hearing, anyone is here to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing none. Commissioners have any questions, any discussion? If not, entertain a motion to approve this item.
Motion to approve.
A motion from Connect. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Lowe. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Knack,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. All right, 6-1, motion passes. Thank you. All right, moving to the next item. Item B, Laura?
Rezone part of the southeast quarter of the southwest quarter of Section 12. This is about 0.29 acres from R1 to C3, Holloway Engineering. Okay, as you can see in the packet, this is a rezone of a piece of property that is located to the northeast of what is proposed to be the Buffalo Wild Wings site. They have purchased additional property so that they can expand their proposed parking lot. So in order for them to do that, they needed to get the rezoning of this piece of property to match the rezoning of where the restaurant will be built. As you can see further on in the agenda, there will be also a revised preliminary plat that will go along with this as well. So again, they're just trying to match the rezoning of the property that they intend to build the restaurant on. If you have any questions for me, I can answer them. If not, if you have any questions, if there's applicants in the audience to answer.
Thank you, Laura. Commissioners? All right. Does the applicant want to add anything to the report? If you would, state your name, your address.
Good afternoon. Dustin Welch, 200 Casey Drive, Maumelle, representing Holloway Engineering. Mark, who y'all worked with on the Buffalo Wild Wing site, couldn't be here tonight, so I'm in here in his stead. As Laura said, we're really kind of just expanding the parking lot with this small additional acreage. We ran some preliminary drainage numbers, and I think it actually makes the drainage of this area work a little better. Other than that, it's a pretty cut and dry addition to the site just to get a little bit more parking for that building when it's built in the future.
Destin, will a lot of this be a detention area?
Do what?
Will a lot of this area be detention or just additional parking?
It'll feed into and we'll add a little bit more to accommodate the underground detention that we've already designed for the Buffalo Wild Wing site. So there's no above ground ponds or anything, but there is underground detention that's been designed for the already approved site, and we'll just kind of increase that as we need to for this additional area.
Okay. Commissioners have any questions? All right, thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it. Anyone here to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing none. Commissioners, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Prater, second from Lowe. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Knight,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. 6-1, motion passes. Thank you. All right, we'll move to the next item, Laura.
Chairman, I'm gonna have to get my steps in and recuse myself again.
All right. Laura, please let the minutes reflect that.
Okay, so rezone 400 Mount Carmel Road, R1 to R2S, Lemons Engineering. Okay, as you can see in the packet, this property may look familiar. You did review this property back in January for a different rezoning request. They have come back to try to ask for an R2S zoning, which is going to be strictly single family. As you can see in the packet, they have submitted a concept plan to have 10 proposed lots on this property for single-family homes to be built on, 8 of them fronting along Highway 321, and 2 of them look to be accessing Diedrich Lane. Again, this is a rezone that from R1 single-family to R2S medium density, which is still single-family. Mr. Lemons is here at the podium if you have any questions for him, or if you have any questions for me.
Thank you, Laura. Commissioners, any questions? All right, Tim?
I'm here to answer questions. It's pretty straightforward. This is about the best we can do with this property, so we brought it to you to see if we could do it.
Chairman, I have a comment, question.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So Laura previously was asking for a rezone to R2, correct? That allowed duplexes. This is now R2S, which is single-family detached, just smaller frontage, correct?
Smaller lot widths, yes.
Yes, 60-foot lot widths. In doing this, this is going to, if you're asking for individual driveways along Mount Carmel, this would be an increase in number of driveways along Mount Carmel.
It might increase, of course. The concept plan still has to be validated. We still have to do the design. What you see there would be the maximum that we could get. But, you know, we still got to do our topo and due diligence with everything
Understand,
else.
but once it's rezoned, you have different rights than you do.
Right.
Before it's known. So I'd like to discuss kind of some of that beforehand.
Okay.
So I would be more inclined to support something like this for single family if it had some joint access. So similar to what you had previously, an alleyway or something like that to provide that access and reduce the number of driveways significantly. And these were still single family detached. You know, I don't know if that's something you're willing to.
No, actually, we had seriously discussed that, and that's something that we are planning to explore. Would like to do that.
Okay. So so are you willing to agree to that as a part of this rezoning, or is that? not something you would be willing to say that's what we are going to do. I mean, 'cause once it's rezoned, I think we lose a lot of, otherwise, there's no reason to rezone it. I'd prefer it to stay R1 the way it is, and it's less driveways coming out to Mount Carmel that way. That way you have a single drive to a fewer lots. So.
Come on up here. I'm not going to spend this guy's money. I'll let him tell you how we're going to spend his money. How's that?
Yes, we would absolutely be willing to have some type of access off of Dietrich. The problem that we were facing is that once you do add a road, if you were to make it public, we have setbacks off of that, and it basically cuts the lots even smaller than what we're proposing here. So if we were to do something either in R2S or R1, we would have to have either a private drive and then have an alteration, I forget the exact termination, so that our setback would not have to be as far off of that private drive. That would be the only way for us to do it, just because it is such an awkward depth. It's not quite far enough. You can kind of see on the map how deep the other lots are compared to the subject property. If you do put a 27-foot wide road through there, which is the minimum requirement, and I think believes a 25 or 20-foot setback off of that, there's just no room to build anything there. So it would either be.
I wasn't looking for a public road. I was looking more for like shared access, like a shared drive or an alleyway or something like that in the
I
back.
mean, what we plan on doing, I mean, without giving out everything at once, what we plan on doing is we're going to see if we can put in one road that comes off of Dietrich and comes down and comes out onto Mount Carmel and have all the lots facing to the interior. Now, that is somewhat challenging because our depth is not that much. After we do our right-of-way dedication, we have less than 200 feet to work with. So we're not sure that that's something that we can do, but that's something we're going to explore. Going back to your other question, if we are successful with this rezone, depending on how we structure it, I think we're looking at adding 1 or 2 more driveways onto 321 than what we would have with the R1 zoning. But keep in mind, the daily traffic count on 321 or Mount Carmel is probably somewhere around 8,000 to 10,000 cars a day. I really don't think 1 or 2 additional driveways is going to have an impact.
Well, the closeness of the driveways will have an impact.
Right, but I mean, but as far as the joint shared access, of course, at the end of the day, the highway department's the one that will eventually say yes or no to that. We've done it before. If we stay with this alignment that we have right now, sure. I mean, I would definitely rather do that than have individual driveways. Try to minimize it.
And we are absolutely open to having a shared driveway access, but we are limited also on the depth of that for fire code. You can only go up to so far. I'm not sure exactly how deep it would be to supply those houses back there.
Does an alleyway, if they put it on the back side of that property instead of, does it have to be as wide as a regular public street does, if that's a private alleyway where all the garages face the back side?
No, ma'am.
So there's a little more
It doesn't.
freedom with a
Correct.
back alleyway
Correct.
versus a
Even a
Public
private
drive.
street has more leeway than a public street,
But is it correct, there's still a 20-foot setback off of that road?
depending on if it's
actually-
private or public.
It depends.
Okay.
That's an interesting idea, the rear loaded, whether it's facing the interior or facing 321 and it's, garages off of a private drive.
I've seen those that way in Texas. You know, my son, they're residential areas that have shared alleyways and the garages are face that back and the driveway comes off. And it looks good.
It really does, yeah.
It does.
Brody Creek in Little Rock has that. Rockwater Village has something like that where it's rear drives and they face the frontage, so.
I did a project in Jonesboro a few years ago that they did that, and it really turned out really cool. But I want to make sure everybody's clear on the driveways. If we do not rezone this property, we would have 8 driveways out on the highway. If we rezone this property, we're going from 8 to potentially 10 lots. But the 2 lots, we're going to have 2 lots to come out onto Dietrich So you're still gonna have the same number of driveways potentially out onto 321. So if we do the joint driveway, situation, that would bring it down to 4 driveways on 321 and either 1 or 2 on Dietrich, depending on if we're gonna do a joint access there or not.
Understood, but you're gaining lots by
Yes,
doing that
we are,
as well.
yeah.
So
What they pay for this property, they gotta get all they can get.
I understand that, and I want to just, I feel like I can support this if you're using joint access. If it's not joint access, I don't think I'll be supporting it, so.
Yeah, I don't see why. And even if it did get denied and we had to do R1 and we had to put a alleyway access behind there because of the lot width of 75 feet for R1, it just wouldn't be beneficial. It would cut up. I mean, you have to have even wider lots, I believe, to have that road go back through there. And if we can only fit 4 lots, I mean, it just won't be worth developing. The only other thing would be to do other shared access somewhere else. That was why we're proposing the R2S.
I think we can address that in site plan as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if their intent is to rezone it and share access, I think that gives the city a better stance of if they come back without that, then not support the site plan. So
And that is
I just want to
something we
make
still
sure
have to
that's on the
discuss with
record,
the-
that that's, if that's your intent, I want that to be understood in how we vote, so.
That is
So is
something we
that your
also have
intent?
to discuss with the road department too, because I believe we are limited on how many accesses we'll be able to do just from the highway department.
Do we know what the highway department's gonna allow?
I think 2 or 3. That's the reason why we had, I can't see, I believe you guys have the,
I believe that, now, we have not formally sent anything to the highway department yet because we don't want to get them involved until we see what our plan's going to be. Just going by past experiences, I really don't anticipate any issues with having, if we have 8 lots coming out onto 321, having 4 common driveways, shared driveways, with the other 2 coming off of Dietrich. I don't really foresee a problem with that. 8, they would probably, I don't know if they could deny it, but I think that they definitely would ask questions. I mean, I don't think they can deny access, but.
Well, and that comes back to the site plan. Is it
Right,
reasonable for us to rezone this so you can gain more access?
right.
That's the reason I would like to get this out front right here before it's rezoned. So that was kind of my intent of talking about it. Because, I mean, where you draw your lot lines, it's where you draw your lot lines and you meet the minimum standards, you're meeting that. But
Right.
that should not pin the city and the highway department into giving you access to every sliver of property that you want to make into a subdivision.
And that's not our intent.
No, and I
We don't want to have
totally
a driveway
agree
every
with you.
60 feet, onto 321.
And for safety reasons too, even if we were to try to really push for it, we know that it's a high traffic area. There's a lot of traffic that comes through there and there's a lot of turn-ins and turn-outs off Dietrich from the Tradewind subdivision. We really don't want that many. That's why we proposed the duplex, the R2 zoning with the one access loop, well, prior in January. So
Just
that
don't
we
get
didn't
that
have
confused.
many.
This is not duplexes. This is
Yeah.
single family.
That's why we proposed the loop drive originally, but we didn't get that.
All right. Commissioners, have any other questions? All right, thank you, gentlemen. Anyone have anything to say for or against this item? Anyone else want to speak? All right, Commissioner, up to you guys and ladies.
So, just to clarify, is my understanding their intent is to have shared access, reduce the number of driveways, and hopefully have a single common alleyway or something like that to access these lots. So that would be the condition of how I vote on this.
Okay.
So,
All right, Prater will make a motion to approve based on that discussion.
so moved.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Second. I'm sorry, I said low.
not Prater. I know who you are. All right, got a motion from Lowe, second from Prater. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Prater,
Yes.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. All right, 5-2, motion passes with those caveats. Thank you. All right, it is 7:25. We're going to go ahead and close the public hearing. Get Commissioner Knack back. And we will start off with the next item of new business. Laura?
Replat lots 7R, 8R, and 9R, Summit West Edition, Tucker Surveying. Okay, so this is a replat of just reconfiguring some lot lines for 3 lots over in the Summit West Edition along South Summit Drive. So again, we're just reconfiguring 3 lots, lot 7, 8, and 9 into lot 7R, 8R, and 9R. As you can see in the staff report, there was really only just 2 minor things that needed to be addressed by the applicant, but that's not anything that the applicant and my office cannot work out. So other than that, the applicant's here if you have any questions for him.
All right, thank you, Laura. Applicant want to address anything or anything that Laura left out?
Nick Tucker, Tucker Surveying. You still get my address too.
No.
So when these houses were built 30-something years ago, they were built to the wrong pin, and you can see the first 2 houses are just cocked at an angle where the original lot line was. So the owners just wish to reconfigure now, put the lot lines on the fences.
Okay, pretty straightforward. Commissioners have any questions?
We'll do it, just realign it.
Correct.
Yeah.
I think we're good. Thank you very much. All right, Commissioners, entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve?
Motion from Byrd,
Second.
second from DeArmond. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Byrd,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. All right, 6-1, motion is approved. Thank you. Next item, Laura.
Final plat, Wharton Minor Subdivision, Crafton and Toll. Okay, so this is a final plat of some property that's located on Douglas Road. The property owner was looking to build a house on this property, and it already currently has a home. So in order for him to build a new home, he is dividing this into 2 lots, as you can see in the staff report. He's dividing it in 2 separate lots, Lot 1 and Lot 2. Lot 1 being 5 acres in size and Lot 2 being just over 5 acres in size. That contains an existing home that is going to remain. They are giving access to Lot 1 off of Douglas. Other than that, again, they're just dividing this property into 2 lots in order for the applicant or the owner to be able to build a new construction home or even a modular home on the property. In the staff report, there's only 1 minor item that the applicant needs to address, but I've already spoken with him on the phone about it to get that taken care of. Other than that, everything else has been addressed. So if you have any questions for me, I can answer them. If not, again, this is just a simple replat of a piece of property into 2 lots.
Thank you, Laura. Commissioners have any questions? Anything the applicant wants to add? Don't see them. All right. Entertain a motion to approve this item. Motion to approve. Motion from Commissioner Lowe. Second. Second from Knack. A roll call vote, please, Laura.
Knack,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. 6-1, motion passes. Next item.
Preliminary plat, BWW Edition, Holloway Engineering. Okay, so this is the preliminary plat for the property that includes the existing property where Buffalo Wild Wings intends to build, plus the property that you just approved to rezone. Obviously, this preliminary plat would be contingent on the rezoning continuing through, and passing through, planning or, city council. So they're just adding, to the preliminary plat, this additional piece of property, in order for them to build, on the site and expand the parking lot. Staff report only has one minor item that can be addressed, with the revision. Other than that, they have addressed all the items.
All right, entertain a motion to approve, unless anybody has any questions or discussion.
Motion to approve.
Motion from DeArmond, second from Prater. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Prater,
Yes.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. 6-1, motion passes. All right, next item, Laura.
Preliminary plat, Lot 1, Staley Glass, Philip Lewis Engineering. Okay, so this is a preliminary plat for a piece of property located on South First Street that is going to, on the next agenda item, for a site plan to be developed for a warehouse to be built. Again, this property is currently zoned C2 General Commercial. They're intending on building, expanding their current business that they already have to have a warehouse on this piece of property. In order to do that, they needed to plat this piece of property into a one-lot subdivision. As you can see in the staff report, there are a couple outstanding items, but these are just minor items that can be addressed with the applicant in my office. So the applicant's here if you have any questions for him, but other than that, if you have any questions for me.
Thank you, Laura. Commissioners have any questions for Laura?
What did we do before? Is that just a rezone before?
We actually did a variance for this property. Gave a variance for the front setback and a variance on the building materials or the facade.
Okay.
Philip, is there anything that you want to add to the presentation? Commissioners have any questions? You walked all the way down here for you guys.
Hey, I just came to see if you had any questions for me, so. No, I think we've spent quite a bit of time working with Laura on this, so I think we know what we got to do to wrap it up.
If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to
No
approve.
question. Who's that?
Low.
Lowe? Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Knack. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
Knack,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. 6-1, motion passes. Thank you, Philip. All right, next item, Laura.
Site plan Lot 1, Staley Glass, Philip Lewis Engineering. Again, this is the same piece of property, just the site plan approval. They intend to construct about a 6,900 square foot storage warehouse on this site. They have submitted the site plan and all other civil plans that go along with it. As you can see in the staff report, that is very colorful with some greens, yellows, and reds. Several of these items have already been addressed with the actual owner, intending on taking care of several of these items. So some of these items have already been addressed since the staff report went out. So some of the outstanding items that are in there aren't anything that cannot be taken care of between the applicant, owner, and my office. If you have any questions for me, I can answer them. Philip's still here if you have any questions for him on this.
You should have stayed here. Does commissioners have any questions? Laura or the applicant?
Meet all our lighting standards, parking standards, commercial building standards, everything.
So there was a variance granted already for
Right,
the
yeah.
facade. I've not seen a building plan yet, so this is just the site plan approval.
But it'll meet landscape ordinance requirements,
Correct.
lighting,
Yes.
parking requirements, detention calculations, all that.
Yeah, I think we'd already submitted quite a bit of that.
Yeah, the drainage
It's already been
comments were
reviewed,
fully
Green
addressed.
light go on the drainage, yeah, so we're, just a few items.
Any other questions from commissioners? All right, thanks, Philip.
Okay.
I entertain a motion to approve with the staff comments.
Motion to approve.
A motion from DeArmond, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Prater. Roll call vote, please, Laura.
DeArmond,
Yes.
Prater,
Yes.
Byrd,
Yes.
Knack,
Yes.
Lowe,
Yes.
Young.
Yes. 6-1, motion passes. Thank you, Philip. All right, we will move to community input. Anyone? Any housekeeping?
I do not have any at this time.
Brackets, discussion?
They are busted.
Spring break plans must be busted because you guys are all here, so. All right, if I can get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, see you guys next month.
Thank you all.
Feels more official. Go Hogs, right?
Thursday night game.